Hi and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. So today I'm basically implementing on the catchy video that I posted year back, shooting with an Canon M200 basically. But right now this is something that I've been frequently asked by my friends that how to shoot a light trails. Right? It's fairly simple. It's not that much of a hard work to do. All the things that you have to do I will show you right now. So this video will be quite small and concise and basically contain all the points that you need to keep in your mind in order to get a perfect light trail. I will give you a cheat code so that you know how to click a light trail every time you go out with your friends or even alone to shoot. And the funny part is almost a year back. Exactly.
How are you?
This was the same guy, almost the same location was same. It was around November के around, right?
Yeah, exactly.
क्योंकि उसी टाइम मैंने कैमरा खरीदा था. So same guy, same situation, same camera. The only difference is now he knows the setting and he has been playing with the Canon M200 for more than a year. So for all of those who are new to this, Canon M200 is mirrorless camera with M mount on it.
Yes.
So he's using the M200 with a kit lens that is कितना है वो?
1845.
18 to 45 with a variable aperture. This is M200, so Canon M200. The basic.
45, sorry.
Yes, 15 to 45 lens, wide angle to somewhat medium size. So in order to get a light trail, what you are gonna have to do is shutter speed. First of all, just see the frequency. Oh, frequency abhi badi hai. So shutter speed should be around what? The cheat code is shoot at 30 seconds.
Cool.
If you have the time and the tripod is a must thing to have. And in order to get everything in focus, you need to shoot at the f-stop of 8 to 9 or 8 to 10 depending on how sharp you want to it.
8?
Yes, okay. ISO will always be at the lowest your camera supports.
100.
So for this camera it's 100.
Yes.
Okay, so the shutter speed over here is 30 seconds like I told you. The aperture is f8 and the ISO, if you can see it, yes, is 100, right? One more thing that you need to keep in your mind is this. Let me show you. Do you see the small dot over here? This dot? Keep your eye on it. So what you want to do is, in order to get a perfect shot, is get this dot somewhere around 0 or somewhere close in that vicinity. So that will help you get a longer streaks of light that you always see in the light trails. So let's do one thing. Focus and
Jai Mata Di.
yes, is the photo that you will get.
Oh my.
Okay.
Amazing.
This is actually really good. Capping on everything what I told you is the shutter speed should be big. By big I mean longer. The shutter has to stay open for a longer period of time. For that you have to basically crank up the shutter to 10 seconds, 12 seconds or 15 or 30, whatever your camera supports. Another thing is the aperture. You need to keep an aperture which will basically get everything in focus. The larger the f number is, the larger the chances of you getting everything in focus is. Okay. The ISO is really important. Why? Because you're not supposed to touch it. Keep it on the lowest setting that you have available in your camera. For Canon M200 it's 100. I think majority of the cameras supports the lower they can go is 100. So keep the ISO low. Aperture is generic idea is around 6 to 8 depending on how much light is coming in. Okay, and the shutter speed was 30th. So 30th will be your best bet. Do the lowest you can go. Crank up the aperture and ISO at 100 or 50, whatever your camera supports, and click away. And before you click, you need to keep in mind, basically do it with a timer on it. Why the timer? Because the moment you click on the camera or the shutter button, you will introduce a shake into it because you're pressing on it, right? So in order to eliminate that, you will give a margin to your camera that okay, fine, after 2 seconds start basically do what you are good at.
Click the picture.
Yes, click the picture. So you giving a margin and you are basically moving away from the camera. So in order to eliminate any shake that you will introduce by yourself. Okay, so everything said and done, these are the photos that we got. Everything that you see over here, every photo that you see over here was clicked with Canon M200 mirrorless camera from the Canon
series.
Yes, Canon M series.
And we got the best shots.
Yes, of course. If you are in the market for buying a
budget
friendly camera or a camera that mirrorless camera that is easy to hold, easy to move around with, M200 is the best option. If
Canon M200
of course, nothing over here is sponsored by Canon. Let's just give you something that you can use in your photography. So if you liked it, consider subscribing, hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post. And sorry for the lighting situation, but what can you do?
and do share.
Yes, and do share. Rohit, me, out.